So yeah, it's been a while. How was your summer?
It's been really good. Was on vacation for a week.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
You look super tan.
Thank you.
Did you get laid?
I did.
Oh, who's the lucky lady?
My fiance.
Oh, that's no fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a podcast all about wrestling. In this corner, an author and a black belt, Kibbles.
Kibbles! What kind of name is that?
Pookie the Wolf is the best.
I forgot my cockies. And in this corner, Pookie the Wolf.
Pookie the Wolf is one of the best!
Welcome to the Kibbles and Pookie's Squared Circle.
And this is how I'm gonna die, because a deer's just gonna pop up and I'm gonna hit it and it's over.
It's over for you or the deer?
It's over for both of us, most likely. Maybe he'll
Okay.
get out alive. I assume if he's a buck, he'd definitely kill me, because he'll probably have like those horns and whatnot.
Oh, and those will come through the windshield and stab you in the chest.
Yep. And then I'll be dead.
So you went to the place on the boardwalk, Mike's?
Oh yeah, Mike's, and I was gonna buy Trent, but I never bought it.
Yeah, he has a shop in in Wildwood, on the boardwalk.
Does he really?
Yeah. So he's got one Ocean City, one Wildwood. I wanted to go to the Ocean City one because I think it's bigger.
They had almost someone gave birth, because there were so many bebés there.
Baby.
So many. There was like 6 of them, and I'm like, I want these, but I kind of don't.
Well, so they must be the WWE ones
Yeah,
because
of
the
course.
AEW one isn't out yet.
But
Bebe.
yeah,
Poor Bebe is injured,
yeah.
and he's not the only one.
Anyway,
So Vince McMahon. Oh wait,
welcome everybody to another episode of. I almost did In My Opinion again.
yeah, he did.
God damn it! Welcome everybody to another episode of Pook. Is it you first?
I don't know who gets top
Let me
billing.
do it one more time. Welcome everybody to another episode of Kibbles and Pookie Squared Circle. It's been a very long time. Obviously, you can tell I haven't been able to do the opening. I think in my brain it naturally goes to In My Opinion. Because it's
I mean
just
that would
easy
make
to-
sense. You
it's
do you do way more of those.
I've done way more of
So
those. I
way
don't really
more-
do them
Way more
anymore.
easier to say.
But we're here. It's been so very long. Kibbles and me have been not too busy to hang out, but too busy to record a podcast, because we watched Forbidden Door together, but we didn't get
That's
the
true.
time
We did
to
do that.
but we haven't
I
recorded.
forgot
it
you
all.
were there.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
was like, did we?
if I had $1 for every woman who said that,
And we had
I forgot you were there.
we played Ninja Turtles.
And we played Ninja Turtles. That's true.
So
Yeah.
and then we had separate vacations.
Yeah, and we had separate vacations. I figured we'd come back after the summer was over, because then I'm like, he's going to be back, and then by the time I come back, or by the time he comes back, I'm going to be going for, like, even if it's for one day, I'm still just got a bunch of shit doing.
We'll figure it out.
But hey, we're back. A bunch of new stuff happened. Some stuff you don't know about, some stuff I don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to start off with the big one, which
Vince McMahon.
is he important? What is he? Is he one of the...
He was the former CEO of the WWE. He has since temporarily stepped down.
And we have him here, too. Come on out, you rapist!
Oh Jesus, that was
Did you ever see the clip of that?
no.
Where he yells, he's in the ring, and he goes, Come on out, you rapist! And I don't know who comes out, but someone edited so when he says it, it's just him coming in.
I need to find this.
I think it's either Promo Joe or Botchamania.
Well, what I really want to do is find who he's actually talking about and find the actual
Yeah,
clip
I'm
of
sure
what
you
it
can find
is.
the clip. It's probably like,
That's what
I
I'm
wanna
more
s-
interested
this
in.
is what I want to say Triple H, and I'm thinking because of like the Stephanie McMahon thing.
That would make sense.
That would be the most logical. If it's like Undertaker, I'd be like, well, I don't know what the fuck they were doing back then.
Yeah, shit.
What the fuck
Shit,
is
man.
going on? Anyway.
So, I guess also interestingly enough, I at least from what I've heard right now, I wouldn't use that term for him. So he somebody contacted the board or whatever. It said he had an affair and that he had a closed court hush money settlement of $3 million.
Mm-hmm.
We have, or they signed an NDA to receive that money. Somebody else had found out about it and passed it along to the board, which then it leaked out into the world. They said they were going to host, they were going to have an investigation, and while they were having the investigation, Vince was going to temporarily step down as CEO.
Mm-hmm. And
Here's the thing.
Who was taking
Stephanie
his place?
McMahon.
Okay.
And here's the thing. He stepped down as CEO, gave it to his daughter, and then proceeded to come out on TV the next night, on live TV the next night.
Mm-hmm.
And he is also staying the head of creative. So basically nothing has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So
wait, you mean, hold on. You mean nothing has changed, even with the whole Otis thing they did just recently, where he threw up on somebody?
he threw up on somebody?
He threw up on who's the Chad Gable?
Yeah.
He threw up on him after a hot dog eating contest.
Well, it sounds like a Vince thing.
There's so much stupid shit. Like, I get it that AW does stupid stuff. They do cheesy, stupid stuff. But they keep it to a ring basis. Like, there's never any shenanigans backstage where someone grabs someone else's ass or someone sees someone naked. There's never any of this, like, weird bullshit where it's just like, I don't know. Like, the stuff you see, it's, like, basic. Like, two dudes putting their two fingers together and scissoring with their hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basis for what it is. I mean, unless you could give me an example of stupid shit they've done that's WWE worthy, I can't think of anything. Like, I'm trying to think of it now.
I mean, I can't think of it. I mean, they've done stupid stuff, but I feel like WWE has done much stupider
Like,
things.
the golf cart is one of the things where I'm like, that's kind of cheesy. It's still fun.
I think it's hilarious.
It's still fun.
I love the golf cart.
It's still based in wrestling. Someone's getting hurt.
Yeah.
They're not doing this silly thing where someone's embarrassed and they have to run off and be made fun of. Like, the Ass Boys is just said because it's something that's been worked through the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a thing that, like, they showed their asses by accident. Like, it's nothing stupid like that.
Yeah.
And all the stupid stuff you see behind the scenes is usually on dark, so it doesn't really matter. No one has seen it half the time. Yeah.
So nothing's changed. Through the investigation, they have this week, I think it was like on Friday, like it's recent. They released a statement or whatever that they have found that there have been 4 different cases, or 4 different times people have gone to Vince or tried to take him to court or whatever for
these things,
for these type of things, and he has settled and had them sign NDAs all 4 times, and for all 4 of them, the sum of all 4 of them is $12 million. The highest payout for somebody was $7 million. Which I was like, holy fuck, what happened in that situation that he needed to pay him $7 million in hush money? A lot of people are speculating that there's obviously a lot more, and there are, people that didn't come after Vince either said, I'm not going to go after Vince because I'm not going to win, or they wanted to still be able to work within the industry or potentially come back to WWE. So that's that. So far, there's 4 people. They've all signed NDAs and have received a total sum of about $12 million between the 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where we're at. One interesting thing, now I don't know maybe, I don't know to the exact nature of like any of the claims or anything that was being said. But there is, at least for the first one, right? Listening to a podcast and somebody was like, yeah, like what he did was really shitty, but also is not illegal. Like,
yeah, of course not.
They were 2 adults who had an affair. He didn't force himself on anybody. And again, I'm just speaking about the first one that I've heard about. I don't know the details of the other 3. Maybe they're,
as far as we know, it's just
correct, right?
strictly-
Maybe I will fully admit that maybe in those other 3 cases that there are some issues that might fall more legally, right? But
which is
but ultimately,
probably-
it doesn't look good for business. He's not doing anything illegal, but it doesn't look good for business.
But that's probably why he came out. I mean, and it's stupid in general, but probably why he still came out. But of all the times, like, when have you barely see him besides talking to what Austin Theory? Sorry, Theory.
Theory.
Um,
I'm sorry, you have a theory, you said?
no, no. Hold on. Let me start over. Of all the times to come out, it's like the worst possible time. They're like, people are talking about you, and yeah, granted, you were like, oh, I did nothing wrong, but still, don't try to.
I mean, he did do something wrong. It's just what he did wasn't illegal.
well, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
like, I mean, it just depends on yeah, he's coming out and saying like I did nothing wrong, right? But whatever. But like, yes, what you did was wrong for your marriage and
But
stuff.
yeah,
It wasn't
in his
illegal.
head, I don't think he did anything to the point where people would throw shit at him or something like that.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? He
arrested.
came out. That's the problem. He came out on SmackDown, and the fans reacted in the same way that the fans normally react, which is you hear Vince McMahon's music and you start to cheer because you don't really see Vince McMahon. He's got cool theme music. He's got the strut. Like, we don't like him, but like in the same vein, everybody goes crazy for him when he comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what should have happened. What really should have happened was the fans should have like just had no reaction, or they should have just booed him out of the building.
Do you think?
so.
Do you think they did that for press or for ratings?
Oh fuck yeah,
That's fucked up.
fuck yeah, they
Are
did
they
that for press.
And I don't want to sound like. Are they that desperate for ratings to be like, let's throw the guy who just got?
I don't know if desperate's the right word. But I mean, Vince has always been let's do what we can for
Yeah.
for a ratings pop, right? You know,
Yeah.
one of the highest rated segments of Raw of all time. Actually, it may still be the highest rated segment. I know it's in the top 3. Is the Edge and Lita's live sex celebration?
Interesting.
Like most watched, highest rated segments of Raw of all
Because
time.
I want to see Amy get fucked.
It's them, The Rock, The Rock and Mankind. This Is Your Life. Those are 2 of the highest, but I think Edge and Lita is higher, ratings wise.
So piece of shit, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, piece of shit human being.
Let's move on to some theories.
Okay,
Not theory, but theories.
there's 2
At
of
least
them.
at least the farthest.
No, should we talk about him though? He's fucking Money in the Bank.
I'd rather not.
Okay,
I'm not a fan of him.
I can't,
Dude. I know you might be.
dude. Am I a fan of Austin Theory?
It's theory now. It's just theory.
And you know what's weird about that? The logo is still the A and the T. If you look at his logo, it's still an A and a T.
Does he still do the A thing?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Because isn't that part of his theme song or something?
He does A down or A
A-Town
town
down.
A town
Is
down.
he from
That's
Atlanta or something?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, he's Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge disappointment. Kind of sucked.
Did it suck?
Yeah.
I didn't watch Money in the Bank. But I wanted to
Oh,
talk.
he didn't even. It was a. Oh no, he was in the full match. Before the match started, the general manager came out and was like, "There's going to be another
Oh
participant."
yeah, right, because he
and then
lost
he's
the
like,
U.S. title.
Theory, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
And it's like you give this whole storyline where it's just like, oh, he's the prodigy of Vince McMahon, but legitimately you're showing you have a favorite.
Yeah, it's. And I think that's the story they want to go with, right?
But it's not even that. Like, but I'm saying like they've done that throughout the years where it's just like John Cena was like that. Where it's just like obviously he's going to be put in all this shit because you guys want to keep pushing him to be the best.
Yeah,
Now-
I think the difference between those two is that they were pushing when they were doing that. Cena was supposed to be a face, and they're just flat out letting.
Well, I'm
they're
saying-
like, we're pushing him down your throats, and he's a heel.
But I'm
Like,
saying, but either way, there's a sense that whether you're heel or face,
Yeah.
there's a sense of bias towards that person.
yeah.
They're going to be keep pushing that person to be like, this is the guy.
And here's the thing, right? That I don't like
You
that
have
they're
to be white.
forcing him
You
to.
have- sorry.
I don't like that they're forcing him to be the guy, but I will say that it is, while at the same time it is also like somewhat refreshing to see somebody new kind of getting something of a run in the WWE, because we've long past the point of
But
just seeing the same consecutive things over and over
and
again.
it's amazing that there's a creative team behind it, because it almost seems like one person can only focus on one person. Whether it's John Cena, okay, he's gone. Roman Reigns, okay, he's gone. Whoever's next is going to be that next guy. It almost seems like they can't really focus on one. You can't focus on multiple people, like pushing multiple people.
Right, and ultimately they can't, right? Because, you hear all these reports all the time, and, writers have come out after leaving and, said, like, like, I can't tell you how many times we come up with whatever, and then Vince tears it up the day of, and we're scrambling the day of to rewrite the show.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you wanted to take it in a...
There's a
in
couple
different
stuff I want to talk
directions.
about. There was a theory about SashaBanks, and I think what is Naomi's real name?
I don't know.
Okay.
Naomi.
Anyway, Sasha and Naomi. We're
I mean,
going.
Sasha's not her real name either.
Someone's gonna, yeah, but they use Sasha in the thread on Reddit. Someone mentioned about how I wish Tony had could break up this keeping his lips quiet about everything and just bring in Sasha and Naomi as the outsiders. I said, well, no, this is the best part. I'm like, as the outsiders, that's a fucking stupid idea. Don't do something.
Now I know why you want to
Don't-
talk about WCW.
Yeah, don't do. Listen, now you know me. I grew up on WCW. I enjoy WCW. Anything they've done, do not do, because it's a dumb fucking idea. The straight granted, there's a bias behind it, and there is such a worry for me for Tony Khan to turn into this biased character, which he isn't. He's been very good about people being open and honest and having their own ideas and not sitting here and making like the Young Bucks aren't controlling everything. The Kenny Omega isn't controlling everything. Cody Rhodes isn't controlling everything. It's the people who are part of the company are working towards the company getting better and not worried about their careers. I full-heartedly, and you can, they could say it all day. Granted, one of them can't because he passed away. R.I.P. Scott Hall. But Kevin Nash says all the time that he didn't have much creative control, or he whatever. Hogan has said that he had an issue with the whole bash at was it Great American Bash, or the issue where Jeff Jarrett laid down and Hogan pinned him.
Mm-hmm.
He got mad because he didn't have full creative control. There was something in the contracts for Hogan, Nash, and Hall where they had complete control of everything they did, and they took advantage of that. I have never seen situations where Young Bucks, Omega, or Cody Rhodes have taken advantage of that. Being, was it EVPs, is it called?
Yeah, they're executive vice presidents. But I also think with them being executive vice presidents, I think even they don't have in their contracts full creative control.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's very much a thing of don't be like that. Like, when people compare Wardlow to Goldberg, I'm like, please don't do that. I love Goldberg. I love Wardlow. But do not compare the two, because I want Wardlow's run to go well and not seem like this stupid concept of... Because for one, I'll say it, Wardlow can actually wrestle.
I was wondering if you
Now,
were going to say that.
Goldberg, I haven't seen in a while since recently. I don't know if he can actually legitimately wrestle anymore
No.
because he's gotten older and
No.
hopefully wiser. But Kibbles, my point is that hopefully it's not, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's not 2 moves and that's it. Because
Right.
that's what it was throughout his streak in WCW.
Right,
It
right.
was literally like the spear, the jackhammer, and that was it. Like he would come in, spear the guy, jackhammer the guy. That was it.
Yeah.
Don't do that with Wardlow. Obviously, he is still fighting his way through, which is like, it's a better version of Goldberg. I like that concept of like, he's legitimately fighting and people like what he's doing. And now he's the TNT champ as of Wednesday. So that's great. Did I feel anything for it? Probably not. It was weird. It was like, oh, okay, cool. He's the champ.
So I think that my guess would be that person's Reddit post was around the creative aspect of what they did on the television show with the Outsiders,
Mhm.
and not actually the contract status of them having
I
creative
guess
control and
to-
all that nonsense.
The main point of what I was saying was that don't do WCW ideas, because obviously they're not around anymore.
I don't think you could do.
The Outsiders anymore.
You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why the Outsiders worked was because we were a pre-internet
Yeah.
we were pre-internet, pre in the know phase of professional wrestling, and they showed up, and you had no idea that they showed up, and you had no idea what they were doing there. And it also helped that over on the WWE side, or WWF at the time side, right? They had a fake Diesel and a fake Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
So them showing up was like even more of like type of deal.
Mhm.
And then but them basically calling out, saying that the other sides of them are fake, and them doing and them doing whatever. Like you can't you can't do that. You can't do that type of storyline. Could you do like an there's different ways to do an invasion type thing, but like the outsider style of invasion, I don't think works in today's era of wrestling because of the internet, because of all that kind of stuff. So, that's why I would say don't do that, because it doesn't work. It's also interesting that they're like, yeah, do the outsiders thing, but like also everybody knows that they're having issues with the contract, and everybody would know if they came over that they're not signed with WWE.
I don't understand why you would say that. I didn't get mad. I was just like, that's just stupid.
It makes
why
no
would
sense.
You do that?
Yeah.
I also had the concept of that we have lost 2 members. We didn't talk about it before, but we lost 2 members of Dark Order.
Yep.
And I think that's why Wednesday they addressed it, where they said we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think that was twofold, right? One fold was they did that to say that they're not going anywhere. I guess more than likely the rest of them had signed contracts. The second thing was, I think they were just doing something to get the Dark Order and Brody out there, because they were in Rochester, which is their hometown.
But we had Stu Grayson, which Stu Grayson is kind of the surprise for me, because I feel like it's the foundation, him and Evil Uno. Him and Alan Angels, which is, for both of them, it's great. It's great for them if they want to go.
Yeah, Alan Angels has already showed up on Impact.
Yeah.
Which is fine, right? And Alan Angels has even said that he is working with, he will be, working with Tony Khan on a per appearance basis. So like if they could work out a money amount and say like, you're gonna come in for these like 3 shows or whatever to do something,
which would be cool, because if you could get all the guys back.
Yeah.
I
will admit the Stu Grayson one sucked. But I also was like, I understand they weren't really like doing anything with with them at all, and I actually really like Evil Uno and Stu Grayson as a tag team, and I wanted to see them do more. So
it's difficult with that kind of group too, because you have a lot of people in it to be like. Normally matches are, tag matches, and
and to be honest, once Brody Lee died, they kind of just got lost in the shuffle. They kind of became nothing, right? Brody Lee died, and they were kind of lost for a little while, and then they turned into a comedy face team after Brody left.
It does work, because they're very good. Like, a lot of them are very good at it.
Yeah, it works. And then they had the whole thing with like trying to court Hangman to join them, and like that was a fun little story. But it was like after the whole courting of Hangman thing, there was just nothing for them after that. Like legitimately, there was just nothing. They didn't, they would do matches and they would do various things, but it was kind of after that, there just wasn't anything creative for them. So I understand why, some of them want to stay, some of them would want to go. It makes sense for Evil Uno, kind of above anybody else to stay, because he also does the AEW games, Twitch stuff and all that. So like it makes sense that he would stay, because he's a little more involved with other
What is
projects.
going on with Colt? Because Colt hasn't been.
So
do we know what's going on with him?
So the rumor is that Colt, they were not going to re-sign Colt, and that a lot of people backstage have gone to bat for Colt because he's a really good person. They really like him. So there's that rumor, right? And the second rumor is that Colt has not really been around a lot, because him and Punk are have issues.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Which sucks. The whole and I don't know what happened.
I read an article and I forget what it was, but it was something very small where it was like something about a lawsuit, like something about one suing the other or something like that.
Yeah, Punk was suing Colt for
Yeah.
something. Yeah, there was, and guess what? Like something like that doesn't happen between guys who are that good friends without there being some like other shit.
Yeah.
Like it would be like if just out of the blue, because of something on some podcast or something, I sue you. Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
like, unless there's some huge like defamation thing or like something like,
I called you a racist the one time.
yeah, there's that.
How angry you sounded when you said that. You're like, oh yeah, that's right. You
Yeah,
did.
asshole.
I'd never forgotten.
I don't forget. I'm like an elephant.
Was
What
that,
was I saying?
Was that it?
I was gonna say, what was I
It
saying?
had to be bad, is what you were saying.
Something happened. Something happened. I just find it hard to believe that like out of the blue they're like, well, I'm gonna sue you, and then we're gonna fall out as friends. Like something else
I
happened.
have to say, with the Dark Order, that's what makes me want to watch the BTE stuff. Like I don't know if you saw the Forbidden Door thing where they did,
Yeah.
which is such a childish joke, but the fact that they're like Hangman Adam Page hand them a map, and it's just a picture of a penis, and it's just like you are here, and it's at the balls, and then the best part was that John Silver, he points to the tip of the penis, he goes, "That's where that must be where Okada comes out of," and it's just like that's so like. It's so stupid, but it's funny because these guys get to do jokes that you couldn't do on TBS.
Yeah.
And it's just fun, Even if
Or
it's childish.
most TV stations,
Or
for that matter.
one of the most like funny moments I've ever watched is the one where they're in the bed with Adam Cole.
Yeah.
And then Adam Cole leans over and goes, "You all right with that, babe?" And then you just see they pan over and it's Britt Baker in the other bed going, "What the fuck are you doing?" And it's just like just so unfiltered, like her. She'd be like, "What the fuck? Get the fuck out!"
Yeah.
And they're like she's just yelling at Alex and John, and it's just like stuff like that. I was dying laughing because it was like, I get it, I get the meta aspect of it. So it's like, oh, okay, because they're together, and why is he in the bed with two grown men? And it's just like funny. I like that stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm sure most of the people that work there are like having like Adam Cole must be having the time of his life now because he's able to hang out with his friends and just have fun and do the thing he loves. Not right now, but
Yeah. I think Dark Order desperately need a storyline and a direction.
that's to sum up. Yes, that's I agree. You also and I also wanted to talk about one member of, I guess, former member of Jurassic Express with his new identity. His new identity and his.
I'm
new,
not ready. I wasn't ready.
You're not ready yet.
No, I was so mad. I was like, Luchasaurus gonna fuck him up. Because
And
at
you were
first he said something to him, and then Luchasaurus like backed up, and I was like, this is where he like low blows him and then like runs from him.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, nope. And I was like,
A lot of people, and I
was like,
agree
what the
with
fuck?
this very much. Is
like what the
that
fuck?
They said it was very much Kane vibes, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. When he beat up Serpentico, I was
Yeah.
like, very much Kane vibes.
I
Christian should be walking around going, oh, yeah.
So here's the thing, right? I like it because it's a good story, and like Christian's doing a fantastic job
he's
on the
doing
mic.
fantastic. He's getting so over because he's just being like, and it's such a thing where like years ago when we were watching, you're like, that guy's gonna be really good at being a bad guy
Yeah.
just by himself, and you're like, no, he should be with Edge, right? And like, no, a lot's gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
and I think he can do it. I've seen him do the whole bad guy thing before. He's done
Mhm.
the bad guy stuff before, but this is just so good because it's very just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. And I like the whole like Luchasaurus heel turn. He's like with Luchasaurus, so like he's not hopefully they do it right so they can like get the heat onto Luchasaurus as a heel. Right?
Mhm.
Like I like that, and I feel like AEW does this a lot and does this well, is having older wrestlers who are, managers, and they're like really like helping younger talent as opposed to like just being the wrestling talent themselves.
Mhm.
while at the same time, I am also like angry about it because I was like totally not ready for, I'm totally not ready for Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy to not be a tag team anymore. Like, I mean, because obviously, like that's the thing, right? Jungle Boy's gonna come back. He's gonna go after Christian Cage, and Luchasaurus is gonna stop him. So like,
Yeah, I think
they're not a team anymore. I'm like, what the fuck?
A lot of people are gonna want. I think a lot of people are gonna want that group to be together. People who like both of them, and I think the people who like Jungle Boy are gonna be like, yeah, have him go solo.
Yeah.
Have him win the TNT title. Have him win whatever, All Atlantic title, whatever the fuck you're gonna have him win. Just have him win something. Have him, get up there in the rankings.
Yeah, I mean, this was always what it was leading to, right? Jungle Boy was always like a star. Like it was always going to lead to eventually Jungle Boy was going to be a single star. And then like if they both stay in the company, right? In 3 years, are we in 2 or 3 years are we going to do a storyline where one of them comes out and saves the other and their team again? Yes.
The other one needs
this is pro wrestling.
Someone needs a teammate or tag team partner.
This is pro wrestling. That's how it happens.
But maybe Marco Stunt will come back. I know he won't because I don't know if you heard, he's going to start his own promotion.
I didn't hear that.
Obviously, you shouldn't be in it because you are a dwarf among men, if I may say.
I was never a fan of him.
I don't
Marco
think
Stunt.
that many people are fans of him.
So
I was going to say something else about Luchasaurus. Oh, I love the outfit. I love
the
the
black
all black
outfit.
I love the all black. I love Christian's promos. The first thing I thought when he was sitting there doing the promo about it, the first time before Luchasaurus came out, first thing I thought was, and they have that Christmas shirt where it's the three of them,
Yeah.
with Christian in the chair, and the two of them are on their shoulders, like as if they're posing for like a family portrait.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and now that's worthless. Granted, I wish I bought one now. But
Yeah.
Anyway.
So Christian did a little bit of this in his promo, and it's actually something that I've come to really like about most of the AEW things is that they don't do the WWE trope of when a face turns heel. They always have that like they turn heel and then they have like that first promo. The first promo is always, "You fans didn't believe in me when I this," or "You fans that," and it's always the fans, right? But
It's always the fans.
But Christian was like, yeah, he had a little bit of and you fans thing in it, right?
Because they were mad at him already because they
Right.
attacked Jungle Boy. So he's like, I'll fucking wait. He's like, it doesn't fucking matter. He's like, it's very rude for me not to get anything out.
That was all perfect, right? But and then for him to like go into like he eliminated me from the Battle Royal, and so I was like, I'll ride his coattails and cash an extra paycheck, and I'm like, this is storytelling. I have a reason for what I did. And
it's not going, you fans didn't believe in me.
Correct. Which is, if you go and look at Becky Lynch did it. You
Yeah.
fans didn't believe. I was like, when?
They're
all still cheering you.
they
What the
were
fuck are you talking about?
So against her on that one. She was trying so hard to pull that on off.
Yeah.
Like MJF's made more
yes.
sense when he said it, and I'm like, yeah, no, I get that. Becky, I cannot.
It makes no
understand
sense. So here's the thing, right? Brilliant. The stuff he's been doing, brilliant. The most recent one, a hair too far.
With what?
When he was with Matt.
Oh yeah.
Just a little bit too far.
Can you really go too far? I mean, I feel like
I felt like it was a little too far.
because I feel like
Obviously
any
Matt
wrestler,
approved it because I don't think Christian would go out and say
Exactly.
that if Matt didn't say it was
any
okay.
wrestler, and you could go back to when we went to
Mhm.
WrestleMania, CM Punk and Undertaker doing the thing with Paul Bearer and asking permission before he did it, because that's got to be something that you go, I'm gonna talk about your father who has deceased and whatnot,
Yeah.
and Paul Heyman here is gonna dress up as him, and I hope that's okay, and if not, we won't do it. Be respectful. And
Yeah.
I think
Well, there's also varying degrees for people, right? Like somebody can look, we can look at the same thing, and I can say that's a little bit too far, and you can say it's not, right?
well,
like
it's
it's
me going to you and
objective.
going, hey, as Christian, and you, hey, Jungle Boy, can I talk about your dead dad? And you'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I thought that was fine.
Yeah. I'm saying there's got to be stuff where you go, hey, can I talk about this? And they go,
Yeah,
no, or
yeah.
hey, yeah, that's
Like,
fine.
when he first came out and he had that line of like, the way he said something along the lines of like, the way you're talking, you're starting to make Jeff sound like the sober one.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was fine. And then, like, later he, like, kept poking at it. And I was like, dude's got a real addiction issue. Like, this is a little bit too much for me.
Yeah, but I think
But
even
like,
the stuff we saw in WWE.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, even when Samoa Joe said, "This isn't an AA meeting, so why don't you shut the hell up
yeah.
and wait for your turn to talk?" I think people definitely talk to Jeff Hardy and go, "Hey, is this okay? Is this all right?"
Absolutely.
For you, it was too much. Though,
Correct.
Is what you're
Well,
saying.
that's why I'm saying it's
Yeah.
objective. It's
Yeah.
completely objective. I'm not saying I want to be clear. I'm not saying that what I think he did was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm saying it was a little too far for me. My personal opinion.
I
Everybody
gotcha.
else can have their own personal opinion. That's totally cool.
If I think it, and it's really the way that you get the reaction from the fans, where they go, "Oh, like,
Yeah.
If it's that, like MJF is a perfect
Yeah.
example of."
And like, some of that may be coming from me as a person who knows multiple people who have like gone to rehab and have had addiction issues and
Yeah.
stuff. So like for me, it may have been a little more personal where I
Yeah.
felt like it was a little more of like that's a smidge too far.
Yeah, no, I get you.
And he didn't like, and I'll admit, right, in my head I went, that's a smidge too far. Not like, dude, you jumped way over the fucking line. This is way too fucking far.
Sometimes people would think it's too far. Where I went, this is a bit too far.
This is a bit too far.
It's just the way that you use the words, where you're like, you said it and then you said it again as if it was like, this is my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like you stepped over the line, not blew the goddamn line up with a rocket launcher.
Yeah. But yeah,
But great stuff.
overall-
And when
overall
Jungle
pretty
Boy
good.
comes back, it's gonna be awesome.
Exactly, and that's what you want to do, That's why we're. And who was it that said it? It might have been Jim Cornette when he's talking about the injury for CM Punk. Have him off TV.
Yep.
Have him off TV as long
No,
as
this
possible.
is perfect. Yeah, keep him off
until
TV
he's
for a
ready to
while.
come back, and then you fucking get that pop, and it's gonna be great.
I say you keep him off TV until first week of August. Keep him off TV first week of August. He comes back, bum rushes the ring. They jump out of the ring. Then you got a good 3 to 4 week build until All Out.
Yeah.
Because All Out's the first weekend in September. So don't bring him back until it's 3-4 weeks before. So then you can have a good 3-4 week
Do you
build
think
up.
they'll do an event for him versus Luchasaurus, or you think he's gonna do all out
I-
Luchasaurus versus him?
I think All Out should be Luchasaurus versus him.
Milk it a little longer,
Yes.
because eventually I'm sure they're gonna want to do Christian versus.
Oh, they
Jungle
have
Boy.
to. They have to. I would say at All Out you do Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy goes over, and then you either see. I don't know if you could drag it out to Full Gear in November to do Cage and Jungle Boy. So maybe you do that at on a Dynamite and have that be the big main event for that week.
Uh-huh.
Or I'm sure there'll be a special Dynamite show, like a Fighter Fest or something, in September.
Interesting, you just said that because that's next week.
Yeah. Did you see the match card?
I had it out at one point, and then I put my phone away. I did have more stuff to talk about. There was a thing that I watched, and I didn't know what it's from or why it was happening, but there was a Jade Cargill mentioning Mandy Rose, I think. There was a video.
Was that on
Might have been on
Rampage or on social?
I saw a YouTube video on it. I don't think I even paid attention the whole time. I was too busy the day before I went to the shore to watch Rampage.
Rampage.
This is Rampage.
I'll be honest, most of the time I don't watch.
I like to watch it, but I always forget.
I mean, it's a hard time to watch.
Yeah, that's
Friday night
true.
at 10 o'clock.
But I normally stay up that late, and either I'm recording something or editing something to the point where I'm not watching it fully. Even Blood and Guts, the Blood and Guts match, I was kind of watching, and I had to record something or edit something. While
I was
doing it.
watching that shit.
I was trying to get it finished for the next day, so
That
I was like, I have to do it today.
That motherfucker Claudio is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Swung that motherfucker on top of the cage. I was
Yeah.
like, this is dangerous as fuck, dude.
He's got him.
And
There was a
what's-his-name got
mention
hurt.
that I don't like a lot of the I've told you there's certain women I like. There's even certain guys I like. Will they kiss me? I don't know. No. So Mandy Rose, I can't. I like the heat. That's not any different. It's not a show, but or they're not really on. They're not on TV most of the time.
Sunday Night Heat?
No, I was gonna say Chelsea Green, but I like her and Matt's the heat they get from people.
Mm-hmm.
They do a really good job of that. I like her for that. She's very good at playing that role of I'm that fucking a-hole.
Yeah.
I just don't get. Was it Toxic Attraction? I don't get them. A lot of the times there's some women out there who wrestle and they just look like a Bratz doll, and I'm like I can't. You just look very fake, and I just don't like the way you look. And it sounds rude.
I think one of them is married to Darby Allin.
Really?
I think.
Well, like I said,
It's Roxy.
the one that I don't know, because it's Mandy Rose, Gigi something, and Roxy. Is that the other one?
Maybe.
There's 3 of them, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I'll
Okay.
see if I'm right.
Boy, I cannot wait till Nikita Lyons comes back so I can just be jerking off every Tuesday. The face you just made.
Oh my God.
That's why she's there, right? Because people love the way she does splits on people and her big ass.
I mean, that's yes.
Is that why you watch it?
I mean, that's why she's there. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think they use her for that, which is kind of, not kind of fucked up, but I don't see the.
He's married to Gigi.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
Were they?
Is he married to both?
Well, it says Gigi,
he
but
Mormon?
it says 2018 to 2020 on Wiki. So, like, are they
Maybe they divorced.
divorced?
Actually, you know what? I might have heard about that. Them getting divorced. Anyway,
Yep, divorced 2020.
Jade Cargill was shitting on Mandy Rose or something. Not that matters because they're not going to do any kind of special thing. But AEW is optimistic for a WWE crossover, but I doubt that will ever happen. There's so many things you have to explain that's not going to work. It's just not going to work. There's no way. It's such a different world. WWE is going to isolate themselves by having different phrases and different terms and different matches that you can't do that. You could do it with Impact. You could do it with ROH. You could do it with the NWA. You can't do it with WWE because it's such a different world. It's not pro wrestling. It's just its own thing.
It's completely different.
It's sports entertainment, and that's the problem. It's not pro wrestling.
Are you not entertained?
But yeah, so we have I just had it. The first week,
Triple or Nothing.
Christian Cage and Luchasaurus to be announced. I'm guessing it's a match they're gonna do where
It's probably just Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus, beating the shit out of somebody. We the People are fighting each other.
Yes.
We
the people.
I forgot he was a part of that group. I'm gonna be honest.
That group was so good.
I remember Jake Hager and what's the other dude? The old guy. He's like creative. He was a creative for a while.
Dutch Mantel.
Yeah. What was his name in the group though? Was it Dutch?
I thought it was Dutch Mantel.
Yeah, but I feel like he has a different name.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe you're right. Maybe
I don't know.
because I don't fucking know enough. Serena Deeb versus Anna Jay.
Yep.
I guess to build up the ROH women's title.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but
I don't know. It seems like a random match.
Well, Mercedes Martinez got clotheslined by Serena Deeb, and they've been tag teaming for a while. So I guess
She
they're
turned on her?
It's probably gonna be Dishonor, whatever the no death. But what's the pay per view for Ring of Honor?
Death Before Dishonor.
Death Before Dishonor is probably beat Serena
Which
Deeb
I think is a fucking awesome pay-per-view name.
yeah.
Like, that's so cool.
Serena Deeb versus Mercedes Martinez for the ROH women's title.
Death Before Dishonor.
Which is such a weird way to build up because they're going, hey, you guys are going to tag for a while, and then you're going to not, after a certain point, you're going to betray each other. So I think it was either Rampage or a Dark. No, it was Rampage.
It was Rampage.
Yeah, Rampage. She clotheslined her at the end of the match
Rampage.
because she was doing too much.
Rampage.
She had her in the D block or whatever her submission is.
Mm-hmm.
And Mercedes was like, stop. But the weird part was
The
that
2D block.
yeah, 2D block, or 6 inches deep. But the fact of that Mercedes Martinez goes over to the ref and goes, "Hey, don't tell her to stop. I'll tell her to stop," and then goes over to her. Like she's telling the ref to stop, and then goes and does the same thing she tells him to stop doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the triple or nothing, as you just
Oh,
called it.
no, it should be called In Too Deep.
Yeah, she's in too deep. We should just keep coming up with stuff. In too deep. 7 layers deep. The AEW
7 Shades of Deep.
7 shades of deep. That doesn't really work because I thought you were using deep.
I know I was, but I couldn't think
Deep-
of anything else.
Deep blue sea. That's the
Deep
one where
undercover.
That's where she's a shark. So then
She randomorphs into a shark.
it's just a shark with her face on it.
I'm laughing so hard already.
AEW's World Tag Team Championships, Young Bucks versus Swerve in Our Glory, which I don't see how is still a team, versus Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. It
And they're
almost seemed like they were gonna go, "Hey, this team's gonna break up." They're like, "Wait, hold on, we can use them for one more thing." And they're like, "Okay, they're not gonna break up."
Yeah, and they were like, "Why don't we go triple or nothing?"
Yeah,
That's what they said.
That was stupid.
I think.
Go on.
What do I think? I think multiple things.
Do you?
I think first off, I think that this is the hold off for Young Bucks, and we will get Young
FTR.
Bucks and FTR at All Out, no doubt.
So, opinion. All out.
All Out.
Say it right now. We both agree, and if you don't, you can say otherwise, that Chris Statlander is going to be the TBS Championship by All Out.
I don't
By
know.
all that? By All Out?
By All Out.
You think they're going to wait for a bit?
I don't even know if she's gonna be the one who's gonna beat Jade
think?
Cargill. I want her to. I don't know.
There's a lot of build up, and they're not really doing anything with it, though.
Yeah, like, it's not going anywhere. I'm very concerned.
I like it. No, I like both of them. I love Jade Cargill is very fun and entertaining to watch more than she is to wrestle.
Yeah. Cut the shit.
Yeah, cut the shit is my favorite part about everything. Where she goes Tony, and I'm like, here it comes.
Here it comes.
She's gonna cut the shit. But I like Athena and Chris together.
Right. And I don't know. I like the idea of Chris beating Jade more than Athena.
Yeah, I mean, just do it already. But like, where do they do it? You know what I mean? Like, if they do it, where do they do it?
All Out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think it makes more sense if it's
Why
at the
wait?
pay-per-view.
It's gonna probably be a big deal if she goes, and even if she loses, it's like okay, but have her fight it All Out.
Yeah. I'm with you on
Or
that.
have her fight Athena at All Out, have her lose, and then whatever the next one is, or whatever event they do next, have her do it then.
Yeah, I got you.
Like, give Athena a chance, and then go, okay, now we're finally going to, like, they should keep having Jade fight someone so they can get the numbers to, like, the highest it can be,
Mm-hmm.
and then have someone like Chris take her down.
Yeah. 50-0.
Yeah, something like that. They could get there by then. But I feel like they stopped after what? She's at 37 or something?
Yeah, she doesn't wrestle every week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she used to just fight. Now she's got the baddies, so they focus on that. I'm like,
The bad.
unless are they waiting for Red Velvet to come back, so they can go, okay, bring in Willow. We'll do the triple threat.
I don't know. That doesn't seem to. I don't know. Seems weird to wait for Red Velvet though.
Yeah, but I'll wait forever for Willow. Why do all the women I like have husbands already?
I don't know. Thus is life.
I'm so lonely.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Yep. You got Athena, you got Chris, and you got Willow. I love them all. All taken.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Did you hear?
I also don't know them, so
That's also true.
that actually
That's also true.
hurts my numbers as well.
Did you hear about? They announced a match for the second week of Fyter Fest.
Yeah, the barbed wire. I was gonna get to that. I was gonna get to that. Why does it look like it's in a shark cage?
Because it's they're doing
It's a barbed wire death match.
and the rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society are locked in a shark cage
Why?
because it is co-promotion with Shark Week.
Oh my god.
hey, at least it's something better than what WWE would do. They'd be like, you're gonna fight with a shark around the ring
well,
or something.
hold on. Let me see it, and then I'll agree with you. That's the problem that we're gonna have here. Kibbles, this is our first, and this is a big deal. This is our first Firefest without Joey Janela. And we'd be like, who?
Who?
Who? Hey,
I don't care.
just for the memes, who won the SmackDown Women's title at Money in the Bank?
Liv Morgan.
Oh, fuck.
She became like the third woman to win the Money in the Bank and cash it in immediately that night. That happens
Really?
a lot with the women.
Because they don't want to bother to build up any shit.
Yeah. Alexa Bliss did it one year against Ronda Rousey, actually. Liv Morgan did it. I want to say there was one more.
Oh, fuck.
It was funny. I was in a text chain, and a lot of my friends in the text chain were like, when Liv Morgan came out on Monday, they were like, here comes Charlotte. Charlotte's going to beat her for the title right now, and then they'll do Ronda and Charlotte at SummerSlam.
Over and over and over. What did Xavier Woods? Rematch after rematch after rematch after rematch. No one wants to see it. Nobody wants to see Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Oh my god.
Nobody.
Fucking shoot me. I've
What?
no desire
Breaking
to
news?
see that match.
Breaking news?
No,
I
I have
thought you
no
were talking
desire
about
to fucking see that match.
I thought something just came up.
No, I've fucking no desire to watch
no
that
desire.
match again.
The man has no desire
And
to
they're
watch
trying
that
to
match
they're
again.
trying to bill it as the last time they're gonna fight.
Guess how?
I was
guess,
like, kiss my ass.
guess how many times I've watched them fight?
4?
None.
Oh, you've never watched a
I didn't
single
even
match?
watch WrestleMania. I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to see this.
Their first WrestleMania match was good, where Suplex City was born.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that match.
This is the thing. I all the respect to people. Don't give a shit about either of them. Never gave a shit about Brock Lesnar. I get it. He's a good fighter. He'll beat my ass. Whatever you want to say. Don't give a shit about him. Just don't care for him. I like a little bit more flair to my wrestlers. I like Kane. I like CM Punk. I like Kane. Let me state. I like Kane a little bit less now.
How about Ric Flair?
No.
He has flair. It's
Yeah,
in his name.
but he also probably has a lot of sexual assault charges.
That's okay. I'll give you that.
Telling people to touch his dick. Anyway,
You want to go back to the women's Money in the Bank thing? real
sure,
quick?
yeah.
All right.
You tell me about that. I'm gonna go ahead.
There have been 6 winners.
Okay.
Nikki Ash cashed in Money in the Bank the Raw after Money in the Bank. So basically, she held it one day. These aren't in any order, by the way.
Sorry, I ruined everything.
There should also be like Coke in there if you want.
I just saw this. I was like, this is fine.
Okay,
I ruined everything with the Money in the Bank thing.
No,
Do
it's
it
all good.
again.
it's all good. It's entertaining.
Let me do my best, Nikki Ash. What is she again? Scottish, Irish?
Almost a
She's
superhero.
Scottish.
Oh, I thought you meant what the H
She's
stand
Scottish.
for.
Sorry. Anyway,
Okay, so Nikki Ash.
I'm gonna be champion.
Actually, these are
I'm gonna be
backwards.
fucking champion.
These are backwards in order, I think.
I'm already confused with that statement.
Okay, the order doesn't matter.
Okay.
So we got Nikki Ash.
Uh-huh.
She cashed in the Raw after Money in the Bank, so
Uh-huh.
she held it one
I think
day.
I saw that one.
Alexa Bliss cashed in the same night, so she held it the same night. Asuka was unique because it was the one on the building, and the briefcase was opened up, and she had the championship in there.
I'm
Was
sorry. What?
you didn't know this?
No, please explain.
Okay,
this.
hold on. No.
Okay, yeah. Go
I'm
through,
gonna come
go
back
through,
to
go
it.
through.
So that happened the night after, so she held it for one night.
Okay.
Then there's Liv Morgan, who cashed it in the same night.
Oh fuck.
There was Carmella, who has held the briefcase the longest. She held on to it for 287 days.
She's a perfect example of the Brad Stall situation.
And then Bailey cashed in the same night she won it.
Okay.
There's legitimately been one person who has not cashed it in the same night or the night after,
Okay.
and there's been 6 winners.
So you said Asuka
Okay,
did
yes.
what on a building?
We need to do watch-alongs. That's what we need to do.
Do we though? You could just explain it to me.
I just mean it would be amazing. It'd be entertaining.
I'd sit there and just pick apart shit.
That's what I mean. We should watch something, and you can just like make fun of it and like record as we make fun of it.
I
It'd be
do
great.
do a good job of that.
It would be great.
But
So
copyright issues. Unless we just do audio.
we just do audio. We say, hey,
Uh,
if you're gonna watch along, press play now.
Okay.
That's what Stone Cold used to do
When?
on his podcast.
What?
He would like
We're
have a
gonna
guest.
watch now. Go ahead and hit play.
He literally would do that.
What? What? I
No.
feel like I'm
What?
doing the levels. What?
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 I gotta get my beer.
What?
Drinking my beer.
What?
Had my beer.
What?
Gonna whoop his ass.
That's not about beer.
Getting beer.
There you go.
Getting more beer. Anyway.
So during the pandemic,
Okay.
they had in 2020.
I assumed it was a pandemic thing because you were saying
Yes.
something about something weird.
Yeah,
Shit on a
so it
building.
was during the pandemic. They did Money in the Bank, but instead of in an empty arena or the screen arena, I don't even
Yeah.
think they had started doing the screen thing yet. They had the regular matches in the ring in the arena like they were doing at the time, and then the 2 Money in the Bank matches, the women's and the men's, happened at exactly the same time. It was at WWE corporate headquarters in Massachusetts,
Greenwich, Connecticut.
Connecticut. Yes.
Excuse me.
So it was at WWE headquarters, and what they did was they all started on the ground floor at the same time, and
Oh,
they had to be the first person to get up to the roof, and then on the
Jesus
roof there was a
Christ.
ring, and so you had to get to the
Oh
roof.
my god!
You had to get to the roof in the ring, then put a ladder up in the ring and climb the ladder and get the briefcase. And both
and the briefcase was being held up by a helicopter or what?
I guess I don't know. I didn't think about that. And so then both the men's and the women's happened at the same time.
This match needs to end quickly. We're running out of fuel.
There was a lot of things about it that were dumb. There were also a lot of things about it that were fucking hilarious. Like
I'm sure it was very gimmicky fun.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
was I mean it was
It's like the Undertaker versus AJ Styles.
right, and it was so it's also interesting because this would have happened in like June or July, so it would have been right after AEW did Stadium Stampede.
Yeah.
And it was like they're just doing their version of Stadium Stampede.
Yeah. But with
Um,
women.
but with women in it as well. I think one of the funnier moments was AJ and I forget who it was, maybe Daniel Bryan. They were like brawling and they like brawled and they like hit this door, the door opened, right? They brawl in and it's Vince's office and Vince is sitting there.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And he
part.
like clears his throat and they're like, "Oh, sorry."
and they fix everything. And
Yeah,
I did. see
that was fucking hilarious. But anyway, yes, I think it would be funny
Well,
if we
yeah, we'll try
if
to
we
figure
turned that
something out.
on and we were just like, let's watch this match and we'll just
Yeah.
talk about it as it happens.
Yeah, we'll figure something out with that.
That and the first Stadium Stampede.
yeah,
I think
you
would
were
be a
saying
lot of
because that
fun
was
to
another
do.
option. Even if we watch old matches, like we could
We
watch
could do old matches too.
Hell in the Cells and
Oh yeah,
the Shawn Michaels and which one? That's gotta be Kane.
that's gotta be great.
Shit, you were saying something in the middle.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So
You
anyway,
first.
I remember-
have it still.
Oh, I remember why we were. So that was the explanation for the Money in the Bank because I was just talking about. So you
fuck.
were asking about Asuka. Asuka won Money in the Bank,
Uh-huh.
and the next night on Raw,
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Becky Lynch was out, called Asuka to the ring, and said, "Open up the briefcase." And
My
the
ego is
championship.
prego.
Yes, the championship was in the briefcase, and she said, "You were fighting for the championship, not the contract, because I'm pregnant." Yes.
Because my ego is prego.
Yeah.
And I'll miss you guys.
And she was like, "There's like I don't know that was like really cute, like that
Yeah.
whole like."
Yeah, I remember
She
watching
told
that
her,
one.
and Asuka's like, like you could see Asuka be like, "Oh, wait, what?"
Yes, very.
And then she's like, "Oh my god," and like hugs her, and
yeah,
it was adorable.
and she's like, "You're pregnant?" The potential for a mixed tag match. I'm sorry, I'm going back to AEW. Eddie Kingston, Ruby Soho versus Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti.
Yeah, I would assume that's where
Or
they're going.
Chris Jericho and Ty Conti. Because like,
Yeah,
they're
either
not
could work.
necessarily.
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, I think they'll go with Sammy and Ty. I think
Because
that would
it's
be
more
cooler.
of like a build up, I think.
Yeah, I think
and
that'd be
him.
cooler.
Because you want to keep Jericho and Eddie away from each other.
Yeah,
But yeah.
gonna make you bleed, Chris.
So do you think they're gonna keep doing more stuff with House of Black and BCC?
I don't know. Probably not.
Not the British Broadcasting Company, or a big black cock. We're talking about BCC.
I think,
Probably not. You can go say it again.
I think probably not because Murphy is injured. Brody King, I don't think it makes sense for him to get a rematch. Unless he does something dastardly.
What's that about too? By the way, Murphy and Ripley are both injured. I think they did it on purpose.
Probably.
Definitely. From what it looks like, Ripley definitely did
Definitely
that on purpose.
did it on purpose. She was like, "I'm gonna put my foot right here on this rope.
I'm gonna give myself a wicked brain injury.
I'm gonna try to knock my teeth down my
I'm
throat."
I'm gonna get a wicked brain injury.
And then they're
Trying to
clearly
do Australian the best I can.
oh,
Yeah.
that
Australian?
wasn't very good. Yes.
Thank you.
And
I was being sarcastic on thank you. You said it wasn't very good.
And clearly they're gonna do Black and
White.
no
Oh, sorry. Name association.
Miro. I was about to say Rusev, but it's not Rusev.
That's fine. I got to understand what you said.
Because he was like, "Bro, I'm coming to get you. You took my championship from me,
You took my championship
and you took my
away.
championship away when I was going to win the championship for my hot wife."
And my God is not happy.
Because he
I
always
have
has to
never
mention his
seen
hot
her.
wife.
Yeah.
My hot wife. Dude, his promos are so. I love his promos so
The
much.
fact that he's able to keep a straight face. Is
I
pretty
am the
funny.
Redeemer.
God, my championship, and my hot
My
wife.
hot wife. And there'd be some times where he'd be like, "When I go home and lay down with my hot wife." He would talk about like betting her and shit, dude. In that deadpan serious promo. It's fucking great.
And when I court her and lay her down,
That's why I think I texted you the first time he came back and he had
rub
one
her
of those
nipples.
promos. The first time he came back, he had one of those promos, and I was like, I didn't realize I missed these, but I did.
Yeah.
These are great.
The do you think, speaking of Miro, because of recently, do you think that Ethan Page deserves a shot to get some kind of heat?
Yep.
I feel like he's just there sometimes to just be
Oh yeah, he's there to be cannon fodder
like
for.
I don't know what top team's gonna do now. Like,
I don't.
unless-
Yeah, I mean, they were essentially really put together to not be a top team, if you think about it.
I took a sip right there when he said that.
Like, I would like to see. I mean, I feel like the only thing that makes sense is for him and Scorpio Sky to like work on being a tag team and go after the tag team titles. Like, I don't feel like anything else. But like, they're also doing really well in the position that they're in. So, maybe it's just going to be a continuation of like they are just there to help build, elevate people and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing with Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, I mean, Scorpio Sky's good. I just want them to have something. And then
Yeah.
most of the people they rival with are good. It's a good rivalries.
Yeah, they're there to help elevate.
Yeah.
Face stars. That's at least their role right now.
Yeah.
I would like to see their role change and have them be a little more, centerfold a little bit. But
Yeah.
maybe that'll happen at some point.
Yeah. How do you feel about the
Boobs McGee.
Boobs McGee? Is that
Boobs
a new
McGee.
guy?
No.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you. Boobs McGee reminded me. Who do you think? And obviously, I think I know who it is, but who is this vignette they're doing for this mysterious person?
I really want it to be Wyatt because I fucking love Wyatt
Yeah?
so much. Everything he does is fucking
But
just gold.
It's probably
Edge.
Yeah. Yeah, because you show people that you're like, these are all people who are like, he would be someone who's even dealt with those 3-4 hints.
Yeah.
Especially the Dudleys and the little Jeff Hardy armband. You're like, come on.
Yeah.
Now you're just giving it away. Because who is old enough, who has been around long enough to still be wrestling and go, this is someone who's dealt with the Dudley Boys and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, the more recent ones did that, and it was like, the very first one they showed was like, could be anybody type thing, and I was like, oh, maybe, and a lot of people were like, maybe it's Wyatt because like Wyatt had just changed his name to like Wyatt6 on Twitter, where he had changed it to
Maybe
his
it's
like
Wyatt.
real name because
What if
they
it's
own Bray
and
Wyatt.
Edge? What if it's Wyatt and Edge?
That'd be cool.
Oh shit! They could be a new tag team and then do nothing the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much. I did find I did see a very interesting interview. They were talking to Alexa Bliss, and they had asked her about her time as, or her time working with
The Herald
with
of the Fiend.
yeah. And she had said that it was some of the most fun she's ever had coming into work because she was like, she goes, in my experience, everybody wants to work with Wyatt and everybody wants to do something with him because he is so dedicated to the craft. And he is such a creative person that like everybody wanted to work with him.
He gets over. The thing is that he broke through. He broke through to the point where they go, let's let this guy do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Because it's working. He knows what he's doing. It's that thing where like, unless you've been wrestling for for 20 years like Edge or Orton or Cena.
Yeah.
You have to prove to them that you're good enough to do you have to be smart. You have to be good enough to show them that you deserve creative control.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because you should know your own character. But still, it's the fact of like, I'm surprised Veer isn't doing Bollywood yet, just because he's Indian.
Yeah.
Like it's just that such.
It'll get
like,
there eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
I mean,
like,
Great Khali did.
Great Khali did some stupid wearing a what was he wearing like a tutu or something?
He also did the kiss cam,
Oh my god.
where he would kiss a woman every week.
Jesus.
I don't know if you
Christ.
remember that.
By the way, they finally did it.
He finally did it.
Picture in picture on WWE.
Oh,
We
yeah.
finally got picture in picture, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Sorry, I got excited about that because I was like, hey, how long did that take him?
Long time.
3 years?
Long time.
How long has AEW been around?
Long time.
How long has
Not
AEW
very
been
long.
doing it?
Since the beginning.
3 years.
Actually, I don't know if it's since the beginning. It was I mean, they've been doing it a long time. I don't remember if it was since the beginning or not.
Okay.
I do remember seeing that and being like, that's a really cool idea.
Well, it seems that WWE can change.
Yeah.
Because they're finally doing picture in picture.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I would venture to say about how long it took them to do picture in picture is because they've been around for so long. It depends on like when certain contracts are up and stuff, and like running a picture in picture ad is different than running a full ad. Like different revenue numbers, different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if they like wanted to do it kind of immediately when AEW was doing it, and they just couldn't contractually do it until now.
Fair enough.
But are they doing it because AEW is doing it? Absolutely.
Well, there you go. Kibbles is full on WWE supportive.
Yep, you heard
He
it.
said he hates AEW.
I hate it so much. It's definitely not the only wrestling program I watch every week, and everything else I just read highlights about.
I'm gonna wait a minute. You do that for WWE?
Yeah,
Or AEW?
WWE. AEW. I watch Dynamite. That's it.
So wait, are you saying the opposite?
No, I'm saying
You love WWE.
I'm not doing this.
Which
with you.
one do you love?
I love AEW. I'm
Okay.
not doing this with you.
No, I legitimately got confused in that joke. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Are you saying sarcastically you like WWE, or are you not? Because you're like,
Oh, I was saying sarcastically that I
hate
I was saying
AEW?
sarcastically that I hate AEW. Because I think
I got it
the
now, I
statement
got it
was
now.
I definitely don't. AEW is definitely not the only wrestling show I watch every week.
Yeah, I got you. I got it now. Boy, what a world we live
I watch
in.
AEW and everything else I just read about. Although I'm kind of contemplating watching. I'm kind of interested in seeing if I can sub to New Japan World to watch the G1.
Ooh.
because that's cool. I don't know. It's a cool concept. I've always thought it was a cool concept. I've never really watched it before except for seeing some highlights. I'm thinking about legitimately watching the tournament this year. They do so I don't know if you know this, but they have the wrestlers broken up into 4 different blocks.
Uh-huh.
And they do round robin against the people in those blocks. And then I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think normally they do round robin in the blocks, and then the people with the 2 best records from each block compete against each other, and then they do like a normal tournament format from there.
Interesting.
But I like the concept of like the round robin fight and not just like a lose and you're out type thing. I like the whole round robin tournament aspect to it.
Interesting.
I
liked New Japan when they were there at the Forbidden Door. I liked a lot of people that were there.
I haven't seen an official number, but I heard that they did over 125,000 buys, which is pretty good. And they've definitely confirmed that they did an over $1 million gate, which means between I think that means between ticket sales and merch sales of that day, they made over $1 million.
I know there was a media scrum with Jay White. Was that a work? Because he got super pissed at everybody.
I don't know because I didn't watch it.
Okay, so what happens is he goes to, and this is why I think it's a work. He goes to have his title, and you know how they have the little plastic thing to hold it? He kind of just drops it on it and expects it to just fall into place, and then gets pissed off. And then Tony Khan's like, well, okay, can someone help him with that? He goes, and he's like the whole time just complaining like, and you and me both saw Thor Love and Thunder recently. Never seen an angry New Zealand guy before, but he was just so angry about everything, and he's just like saying how it's very unprofessional and all this stuff. And I'm like, this has definitely got to be a work because you're the heel. And like Tony Khan just like brushing it off. He's like, oh, well, okay, well, and then he goes to leave and take his title, and he just drags it off the thing, and the whole plastic thing falls down off the table. And then Tony's like, could have done without that. And he just keeps like, all right. He's like, we have Moxley next. He's like, let's not have those two see each other before, like, because he's like, beforehand they're asking him questions about who Jay White would want to fight next in AEW, and he's like, well, anyone, I could beat anyone. It's not about. He's like, I remember because he says it's not about who I want to fight. It's about who wants to fight me, because obviously everyone wants to fight me because I'm the greatest. He's like, how old am I? And I've done so much. And he's going through this whole thing. And I'm like, this has got to be a work because obviously you're not this pissed. You won tonight. And you're just talking about how you're the best thing since sliced bread. And he's just going off about Moxley and CM Punk and all these people that he beat. And then just gets so pissed at the end because he's like, the title thing wouldn't hold my title. And like, Tony Khan works it so well to just go, okay, can someone help him get all this stuff? And then he just leaves. It just kind of drags it off. And I remember because the best part was when Tony Khan's like, could have done without all that, because he's just like literally just drags it off the table.
Sure.
But exactly, and you could tell like he's doing this bit and doing this whole thing.
He's the catalyst of professional wrestling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's catalyst. He's a catalyst.
Catalina wine mixer.
So Adam Cole was on the most recent episode of Hey.
In my opinion.
No, Hey EW. Hey EW.
Hey EW.
Or as Dan Housen calls it, Hey Ooh.
Hey Oohausen.
Yeah, it's Hey, and then EW. So he goes, Hey Ooh. And so some great fucking questions to the point where he not only does RJ City break someone off, like part of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear a guy start laughing, but he tries to break Adam Cole so many times.
Yeah.
Because Adam Cole is doing his bit where he's like, I'm the bad guy, I'm the greatest, blah, blah, blah. But then he's asking him about like chugs and all this different stuff, and he's like trying real hard not to just like smile. Like he smiles at some points where he's like, and then there's times he goes, This is stupid questions. These are stupid questions. There's one where he makes a reference to Britt Baker and says, somebody's getting married or someone's together. He's like, but when are you gonna get a bun in that baker's oven? And he's like, I'm like, oh, that's such a good joke. And then he goes, cause me, he's like, do you think you ever find a thing between you and Britt to adopt things from each other? He's like, for instance, if someone were to date me, they'd stop wrestling. and then that's when like you hear a guy in the background laughing. And then Adam Cole's like almost has to like look away and just be like, okay, I gotta try not to break. It's like a 9-minute thing of him just like doing this interview with him, and it's just so it's him trying so hard to just be the Adam Cole Bebe character, but he's just like chugs the whole time and just trying not to laugh. And I love it because like when you watch him on his channel, he's such a sweet, nice person, and he's supposed to be this like a-hole, and he's not a very good bad guy. Like he's not good at being a bad guy. All he does is talk about himself. Like that's the most he can do. But I just I want so badly for him to come back. I enjoy him so much, which is I don't know. It's just it's I want him to go away. I mean, he is going away for a little bit, but I want him to come back because I do enjoy him just being in the ring again.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's a shame because we watched Forbidden Door and saw his match and something happened. Did they even explain what happened? He definitely had like a concussion. Right?
They've come out and said. They've come out and said it's a concussion. So like, I even went back and rewatched the thing. Like, Okada goes for the elbow, Rainmaker clothesline, and he ducks it and then just falls down.
Does he? I don't even remember that.
Oh yeah, I found it on YouTube. He like goes for the clothesline and Adam Cole ducks it and then just legit just falls to the ground. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was scary as fuck.
Do they show when he got hit?
Not in the video that I saw.
Okay.
They didn't show because I don't even know if there was like a clear point where like he definitely
got the concussion.
Yeah, like maybe they would be able to say, but like I don't remember seeing something where I clearly was like he got a concussion, he's fucked up. Yeah. But he like just collapses.
Wow. Well, hopefully one day we'll have him on.
Yep.
I would love to have that. Just invite him to your house. Like as if
he grew up nearby.
As if we wouldn't have a studio or something at that point if we were big enough to get other people on.
Listen, he grew up nearby.
Yeah,
he can stop by.
He's pretty cool. Anyway, he's good at. I like him as a wholesome person.
Mm-hmm.
Like Johnny Gargano, I'm like I barely watched his wrestling, but I'd want to just talk to him. Anyway, I guess we could finish up. We'll try to get back to regularly recording.
Yeah.
We have what's the next WWE pay-per-view? SummerSlam. Nothing old there. Brand new matches, brand new setups, brand new everything. Nothing been repeated ever. And then we have All Out in September 4th? Or September?
Yes.
They had it on the flyer.
Hold on. Open it on my. September 4th.
September 4th. That was correct. We'll talk more about that. We'll do predictions. For some reason, that one episode that we did Double or Nothing predictions, that did really, really well.
Hashtag Double or Nothing.
Hashtag Double or Nothing. And we'll do an All Out one. Maybe next time we have a pay-per-view like SummerSlam, we'll watch the match card and see who's gonna win SummerSlam.
Cool.
And that's been it. Make sure to give us a review and a like and a subscribe and all that shit. And if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it.
Peace
And chicken grease.
He comes out next week with a full head of hair because he wears a wig. And he says he was able to grow his hair back immediately because he's a wizard, right? So now he comes out, to get this ready, it gets better. He'll come out every single week with a completely different wig on because he's a wizard, so he can change his hair at will.
That's just super.
That would be fucking hilarious.